to the beach. So I'm walking along Bude Canal, and I just want to show you guys because I am so delighted with my new location. This is such a lovely little town, and I live very close to this beach, and I'm just so grateful and I'm so happy, and I just wanted to share it with you guys because I am genuinely grateful to have this opportunity to live here in Cornwall. It's always been a dream of mine. I don't know why. I've always had these funny, unusual things that I've always wanted to do that I never even realized I wanted until I do them. So the one big thing was skating around and St. Stephen's Cathedral in Vienna. And now living in Cornwall, it just feels like such a privilege considering I started out as a little boy in Germany that I now get to live by the sea in Cornwall in England. So I want to show you guys this. I want to take you along because you're my biggest supporters and I want to share the good stuff. The thing about Dawlish, I really love Dawlish, but the way I moved there is I was in Austria at the time, right? And I had 1 week where I came over to the UK and I didn't know where I wanted to land. And I also, I didn't know what location I wanted to be in. And then I needed to find a place very quickly within a 1 week period. So I only looked at the one place and just took it because my main priority at the time was to get out of Austria and to come back to the UK, right? Usually when I move, I look at a lot of places. I look at least, I would say 10 or 20 until I find the right one for me. Well, this time I was really lucky again because I was in Dawlish, so I was already in the country, and I took a little bit of time to look at 12 places, I think, altogether I looked at this time. And again, what was easier was that I realized I wanted to be in Cornwall, but I didn't know the area. So I looked at places going all the way from Newquay to St. Ives and Marazion and Penzance and then Bude. And I looked at this, and interestingly enough, Bude was the last place that I came to. And the place, the little flat that I've got, is absolutely perfect for me. I love it. I can't express enough how much I love it. It's the perfect size. It's, I don't know, around 50 square meters, if that means anything to you. And for me, that's the perfect size because I live by myself. Having a huge place like I did in Vienna, I find having too much space. I find it difficult to stay on top of everything. So this place is absolutely perfect. It's the right size. I've got my office, I've got my bedroom, and then I have a kitchen which is open with the living room. And I have a lovely big living room where I have my beautiful blue sofa back in one piece now in Dawlish in the flat. The living room was so small that I had to split the sofa into two. So I'm really just delighted to have my sofa back together. And this place is so lovely. It's by the canal. It looks out. You guys are gonna get used to duck sounds now in future. So it's no more church bells, but instead it's gonna be the quacking of ducks, which I love. This is so silly to talk about, but it brings me so much pleasure. In Dawlish, just watching the ducks live their little lives and doing what they do, it just brought me so much joy. And now I've moved and I haven't even lost the ducks. I have the ducks just outside of my window. And yeah, you'll be hearing those in the videos in future. And I'm to see the ocean already, but I'm just gonna wait till I go. these men are staying on there. They're standing there. So I think it's safe for me to go. So yes, I've got those, but now in a place that I absolutely adore. And the flat is just so much nicer than the flat was in Dawlish. And obviously it's because I gave myself more time to explore different places and to find the exact perfect fit for myself, right? We all have certain preferences, and this flat just ticks absolutely every box that I could imagine. So I'm so thrilled. And look at this environment that I'm in. So we've got the canal, and then we have all this beautiful sandy beach, and here already is the ocean. Linda, I know I have moved a lot. That's one of the things that my upbringing kind of instilled in me, that I don't really have a home, or I don't have a particular place I belong. So it gives me the freedom to move to places that I'm interested in and that I love and that I find beautiful. And Miller, yes, I do have a strong urge to live by the water, which is another thing I never realized about myself, that I really thrive, particularly when I'm by the ocean. I find the ocean so magical. And here, I don't know, guys, if you can already see the waves, but when I'm at the ocean by the beach, the water, it just makes me feel like I'm connected to the whole world. I feel like it's nature's internet, that it just connects you to every other place on the planet, because the water to me is alive. It feels like a living being. So me standing at this ocean, I'm now connected to Rhode Island in America, and South Carolina, and Florida, and California, and Hawaii, and Japan, and everything that's by the water. So it's so empowering, and it's really wonderful for me. So here we're getting close. So we've got the ocean. The other thing that I'm going to do while I get to live here is I'm going to sign up for a surf school, because I know how to skate. Well, don't really know how to skate. I have an electric skateboard, so I cheat, but I know how to balance on that. And it is the Atlantic Ocean, Lily. So there's a battery underneath the skateboard, and I just press forwards and brake, so I don't have to do the pushing, you see? So I can kind of skate. Also, years ago, in my 20s, I learned how to snowboard. So I feel that because I know how to do those things, they all require like a bit of balance. That surfing, I think, isn't going to be the hugest stretch. And because I love the water so much, and because I like that type of exercise where a little bit of balance is required, I think I'm really going to enjoy surfing. I've looked for schools. They have a lot of schools, but I'm just gonna have to make sure that they take mature people like myself, that they're willing to teach a 43-year-old how to surf. I know I'm a little late to the game, but at least I have the chance to do it. And I really want to make that my new hobby. And I think I'll really love it. And here we are. And you can see some surfers in the water there as well. So I won't be the only one. But guys, isn't this glorious? And am I not the luckiest man alive? I feel like the luckiest man alive. I've lived in so many fabulous places. I've got you guys who watch my videos and who support me, which is what enables me to move around like this. And look at those amazing waves out there. This place, because it's on the north side of Cornwall, it's right on the Atlantic, so the surf is so much better. And I don't know if you can see just how big those waves are, but they are proper surf waves. If you're a skilled surfer, you'll really be able to jump on them and ride those waves, and I can't wait to do it. And I'm gonna walk around up here because there's an outdoor pool as well, which I want to show you. But isn't this lovely? Got these little beach huts. different colored houses. So, and I'm sure they will. Hi, Anna in the south of France. Nice to see you. I'm sure that they will teach. There will be a school that teaches adults. It can't just be for children that they teach surfing to, especially with this kind of size of wave. I mean, they are huge. So, Newquay in Cornwall is also on the north. That's famous for its beaches, and that's very good for surfing. But Bude is a real destination for surfers because of these wonderful waves. And I'm so close to this, I can literally walk 5 or so minutes or 10 minutes, however long I've been live, yes, to get to this beach. And to me, that's a real blessing. So I'm so grateful, I'm so delighted. And isn't that the most gorgeous water you've ever seen? The color, it's so clear. And the size of those waves, wow. They're massive. Oh, and the water's coming in. Let me run away quickly. So those look so fun, and I can't wait. I'm gonna, next week, once I've sorted out my flat, hey, I've had little hooks delivered for my curtains so I can get my curtains up. And I've got to find all my clothing and where that's all gone, and I'm going to sort that out. But then once I've got the flat in order, the office I've done 70%ish, so I won't have to work too much more on that. But I'll get all of the things sorted out next week, and then I'm going to really look for a school and get the basics, the basics on how to surf. And then we just walk up here to this little pool, and I will keep you guys posted. But it's such a beautiful day today. It was really cold. The first night, oh, I'm gonna have to jump over this puddle, hang on. The first night at the flat, it was really, really cold, right? It was, I think it was even in the minuses, the temperature wise, and I couldn't get the heaters to work. So the first night was a little rough. I covered myself in tons of blankets. And look, this is the outdoor swimming pool by the beach. Isn't that great? So the first night was a little chilly, but I figured out the heaters. So now I have that. And it's very comfortable, and I love the place. And I'm just gonna walk around here on the edge so that I can show you the pool here, but also more of the ocean a little bit. Just by the grid. That was a little scary. Look, and we've got some surfers here, so I'm not the only one who's going to be doing that. We've got some very brave swimmers. I have a wetsuit already, and I have a bodyboard, which is like a boogie board, right? So I don't have a surfboard. That's why I want to go to the school, so that they teach me how to. It's not that windy today, Diana. I'm surprised that you're hearing the wind, because usually I start every video by saying, hey guys, sorry about the wind, but I didn't do that today because it's so still, really. I know that pool is unbelievable. It's so amazing, and I get to live here. Who gets to do this? I am so lucky, I really am. I'm like almost getting emotional, but the water is so beautiful, and I hope you're getting the experience. Oh yes, and then the school, the surf school that I'm going to sign up for, I'm sure they'll let me borrow a surfboard, or will let me rent one. And then once I know how to do it and what size board is right for me, my finger in it, hang on and see. No, I definitely think it is not heated. I just put it, didn't feel too warm. Oh, okay, so there is some wind, sorry guys. But I hope you can see this. And what else was I saying? All the best, take care.